This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Welcome to the podcast, guys. Got a bit of a Logies special for you. I have dragged in a past winner by the name of Kate Ritchie. Kate, welcome. If you could please give everybody your acceptance speech from your second gold Logie. Anyone you forgot to thank?
Probably, but I would write things down.
Would you?
Yeah. I think the second one, Bert Newton presented me
Did he?
with the gold Logie.
The first one was Craig McLaughlin, wasn't it? Did he present you with the first one?
No, he never presented me with a Logie.
Because he won a gold Logie too.
Did he?
Craig, oh yeah, classic Craig.
Oh.
Which is great news.
And Lisa McCune presented me with the first one.
God, she's talent, isn't she?
She is, and a very nice woman.
Were you ever asked to host the Logies?
No.
Sampang has been.
It has been said that it's the job that maybe you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big gig. It's a big room full of people. They've never asked you, mate.
Damn.
But I think if anyone can do it well, Sampang is the man for the job.
I haven't done a lot of that kind of comedic work, but I do have one joke that I think he'd really appreciate and he could use in his opener.
I don't think Sam needs any help with the jokes.
So during
mate.
the podcast, you'll hear Sampang thank me for the opening joke.
Yeah, I mean, talk about acceptance speeches.
which you'll see this Sunday night. Enjoy the podcast.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Interesting one, guys, and this is sort of a community service announcement as well, because we've spoken about this a lot on the show, but scams are everywhere. $3.5 billion is the total amount that scams stole from Australians, only Australians, last year.
Got a text message the other day saying your Australian Post delivery hasn't arrived. Click on this to get it.
Yeah.
And BJ gets sucked into this all the time. I said, don't click on it, babe.
Well, it's probably because she orders
Australia,
a lot online,
yeah,
does she?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing as well. But it's like, Australia Post aren't going to send you a text message saying your delivery didn't arrive.
No.
Click on this if you want it to arrive. Would they send that?
They
Well,
could.
I think so. I think
we tried to deliver your items.
Oh, and it's not there. Please
Yeah.
arrange alternate delivery, maybe. But I do know the banks are even running ads now on the radio.
Yep, they are.
Saying any bank will no bank will ever ask you to transfer funds from one account to another.
We'll steal our money from you in other ways.
Yeah, there's a story over the weekend of one guy, he transferred $330,000. All his life savings gone. But he sat down and the offer that he had, which was apparently from Citibank, it's called the Citibank scam, it was going to reward him 13.5%. And it wasn't until he transferred his money that he said to his wife, hey, here's the investment I've made. And he said, when I said 13.5% and it came out of my mouth, that's when I thought, there's absolutely no way someone's going to give you 13.5%.
It's too
on your
good
money.
to be true.
It doesn't exist.
Oh, I see.
If it looks like, it smells like, there's a good chance. Anyway,
You could have said duck if it looks like a duck.
Yeah, and quacks like a duck, then it's
Probably a duck.
duck.
It's Wayne Carey.
Do you know what's even sadder? Kids being targeted in scams. And my heart bleeds for my little man Jack, who was scammed.
Wow.
He was ripped off.
What, wrong family?
No, he's happy
He
with
had
the
to go home
family.
with you.
He is. He had to go home with me. He's got a double chin and a hairy back. There's absolutely no question about who the father
I'm
is.
sorry, Jack. It's not a scam.
It's not a scam. You've got that for
It's
life.
called genes.
You've had a win, mate. You'll be okay. Anyway, one of his trusted mates has ripped him off. And that's the upsetting part. Because in the world of currency, in their world, it's Pokemon cards.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Worth more than money, some might
Worth
say.
more than money, you're right. It's rank, it's reputation, Kate. And can I tell you what happened? I recorded him because he was devastated when he traded with a guy by the name of Louis Ivy, Tom Ivy's kid. What happened?
Louis gave me a fake Pokemon card.
How do you know?
All of them else have a black line in the middle. See that? Look at that. Not white. That's literally just cardboard. That has a black line in the middle. That's fake.
Dodgy.
This is awesome.
Did you know about this, Tommy Ivy?
It's been ripped.
This is well known. Can I just say, it's well known that Pokemon card packs are usually between $7 to $10, right?
Yeah.
But then you can buy these other packs for $5.
Okay.
They're not the real ones, and every kid knows that. So Tom's he thinks he's found a cheap packet of Pokemon cards.
Oh, so it's actually the scams come from you. You've scammed them to Louis.
You're the scammer.
Can I just say, though, proud of Louis, though. He's traded the fake ones and got some good ones.
Well, we've got Moz and Josh are coming in. They want to talk to your son, Louis Ivy.
Could be a drive-by, I don't know.
Oh, my God, shonk.
For great deals and cheeky getaways, whatif.com has just the place.
A winter hideaway is great, but bring on spring.
Jump on the What If app to book hotels, apartments, holiday rentals and more.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
We're very excited about this Sunday night. The Logie Awards. Wow. Now, a man has put his hand up to host this, and I feel like we are in... Well, yeah. No, well, actually...
Well, maybe they came
knocking. I dare
knocking
say
on
they would.
Mr. Are we saying the name?
Yeah, go on. Sam Payne.
Mr.
welcome.
Payne.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Wonderful to
my
be here.
God.
Yeah, by the way, Kate, what a surprise. Spot on. You fumbling over an intro that's just, you can't even read anymore.
No.
He's been doing it for a while.
You just stay there and just keep your powder dry, right?
Sat back calmly.
But yeah, Kate's nailed it. They asked, and I said yes. I thought this would be a nice thing to do. I've never done it. I'm very excited.
Come on.
I'd like to think that the skill set involved is suited. I did
Yes.
think about that.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not coming here to you guys and say, by the way, I'm thinking of doing 2 weeks of Shakespeare at the Opera House.
No. Pangy, can I
Yes.
offer, and what's been awkward about our relationship is we're obviously very close, and you were hesitant to ask me to help out in case I had any jokes for your hosting role at the Logies. I would have said no, because I keep it very close to me. But one that I wouldn't mind offering up, and it wins every time. So what I do is I kind of jog out onto stage, and then I go, oh.
Which is funny in itself, him just jogging.
Well, that's not the...
Wow, we
that's
didn't
not
know
the-
he could do
not the-
that.
I don't do the physical stuff. It's more the smarts. And then I go, let me just catch my breath. And then I put my hands up and catch my breath. And then I go, got it. Did you? And I point to the audience and say, did you get that joke? And it is fail-proof. So it's something... You there, mate? Pangy, you still... Pangy, you still with us?
Okay.
Impressed.
What is wrong with you?
It's good gear,
You want
isn't
me to
it?
go? By the way, there's Logies royalty here, by the way, Kate Ritchie.
Thank
who
you for
has-
noticing.
Has got gold logo.
Consecutive.
Can I offer you any advice for the night? Because I won't be there, so you can't
You're not going to be there.
No, I just decided to have the year off.
Kate, you're
again.
going to miss my catching my breath joke. Hopefully that
at
comes
home.
through the screen, all right?
I'll be watching
I'm
it
doing that
home on the telly.
I've got a hit list of Australian celebrities, and I want to know if they're in your sights. Koshi's left Channel 7 or he's left Sunrise. Is Koshi in the hit list?
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Chris Brown
Just
has
think that-
defected.
Him and Sonia Kruger are doing the red carpet.
They are,
by
of
the way. And people are
course.
going, oh, that's nice that you're doing the job. Yeah, Joe, Joe wasn't Channel 7's first choice, by the way. Do you know what I mean? Like, so Sonia Kruger and the vet will be standing side of stage, ready to go at any moment.
go
by the
for
way.
it.
Perfect time.
One of the big bosses, Kerry Stokes, just says he's off. So they'll wheel those two out, and I'll be gone.
Oh, you'll be gone. Daryl Summers.
Dag
Is he
So
in the hit?
I spoke to Daryl. He rang to say good luck.
No, he's trying to
Wow.
psych you out.
No.
He's panicking. He's panicking, isn't he?
I was very, very touched. You know what I mean? It was 32-minute chat because I saw it on the phone. Yeah, the last 3 minutes was just Daryl singing, but that didn't matter. I thought it was wonderful. It was quite surreal, and the three of you would have these moments, where you go, well, I can't. I used to watch Hey Hey It's Saturday, and then all of a sudden you're talking to Daryl Summers on the phone. It's
I
actually very
agree.
surreal.
I agree with Kate though. He's actually buttering
Trying to
you
psych me
up
up.
because
Yeah, he
he
is.
doesn't want you to mention him in your monologue.
Yes, he does.
Drop the Daryl Summers joke.
Kate, do you think, see, as actually a star of television, as opposed to these two, do you think that if you're in the audience of the Logies, because you know when Hughesy's done it and Tom Gleeson's done it, do you think that the people in the audience want to be pointed out or they don't?
I think they absolutely do.
I agree.
Does Kate Ritchie get a mention as a
Well, not
former?
now. She's not in the.
coming along.
Well, maybe I'd come if I knew you were going to dedicate. You do a quick 5 minutes on me.
Gee, that's a big ask.
I think the opening
Settle
monologue's
down,
about
mate.
8. You want to do? I've got the catching the breath thing that's going to take 2,
breath,
and then
not
5
breast.
Oh, what did she say?
Catching the breath. Sorry. Catching my breath thing into 5 minutes on you,
Yeah.
which leaves me 1 minute left.
I'm excited. Scotty Cam? So you get a run?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
practiced?
This is
Do you
good.
practice the? How do you? Because it is a tough room to keep people's attention when they would sometimes rather drink champagne and chat in the foyer. How is what you're going to do on Sunday night? How is it different to what you normally do? Because you talk a lot of football. I watch you on. Have you been paying attention?
Thanks, mate. You should come on that show.
I do. I've been asked. I say no.
Why?
No, I watched last week on Friday night. Actually.
Yeah, so I know what you're saying. So yeah, but I think though I was there. I haven't been to as many as you, but I was there last year.
Yeah,
feels as though that when the show is on, that it is quite an attentive crowd. I've seen opening monologues. They're barracking for you. They want to have a good time.
Yeah.
Big opener.
If you're not funny, well, you get what you deserve. If you're funny, they're ready to laugh, and they're. So I think the eating and the drinking, that's out of the way. By the time the show starts.
Yep.
Everyone's ready, and if you're okay, you'll be fine. But,
God, your mum must be proud.
when I told her, do you know what her reaction was?
it?
Oh,
Hasn't never heard us swear before.
Exactly, I haven't. So I popped up to a little club down in Melbourne on Friday to.
You trialled?
I tried some stuff.
You got to.
It's very weird to be in a comedy club talking about Married at First Sight and The Hunted. I don't know. It's very weird.
What else gets a run? Ultimate Tag?
Yeah, that'll be in a memoriam package. Ultimate Tag.
You know what? You're going to have a great time, and it's a big job. You're the man for the job, and I think it'll be wonderful.
Honestly, when I heard that you took the job, I was so excited. So you can catch it this Sunday night from 7 p.m. on Channel 7, The Magnificent Sam Payne.
Fitzy, Whip, Kate, thank you so much.
And also, if you want to put in a vote for Front Bar as well, it'd be good. Every year we lose that one.
If I was Mick, Malloy and Andy, I wouldn't be preparing a speech. But
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Guys, bit of an update. Went back to the sleep study. You know how I went into hospital. I'm okay, and thank you for the flowers and the get wells. I wasn't all that sick. I just did a sleep study because I've spoken to you before about my wife has an issue with snoring.
Your wife has an issue with snoring, as
Yeah.
in she snores.
No, I snore, but she has an issue with it.
So therefore, you have the issue with
Well, I
snoring.
don't have an issue with it. I've never heard it.
Oh, sorry.
Good point, mate.
Sorry, guys. I've just woken up. What are my results?
Very good. He's back.
See you later, guys.
No
I'm out.
worries. That's cool. Anyway, I had to go back in because of my results. Remember I told you that I had an issue also with the size of my tongue, which was one of the big problems with the snoring, because when you snore, everything kind of at night time falls back into your throat.
And flattens out.
Yeah, and it kind of just hangs right there. And the tongue's too big for my mouth, as the doctor informed me.
And your head.
I already knew that.
Well, you got a huge head, but your tongue's even bigger.
Even bigger,
But
yeah.
maybe his head is just large on the outside,
I can
but
tell
the
you more about
cavity
it.
is small.
I know.
Yeah, no, I can share more.
And your hairline as well.
I can tell you more about that because it's on me. I live with it. So let me do the detailed info on myself if you're cool with that.
So they're cutting the tongue out? Or
No,
what are they?
no.
Damn.
So I got the CPAP machine, which a lot of people have used.
We could sous vide that tongue.
Where would we put it?
CPAC.
Yeah.
CPAP? CPAP, I think it's called.
What?
What does that do?
It's the device which helps supply oxygen. So you wear a mask at night, right? So you sit there like...
your leather one?
No.
Oh,
So
sorry.
you look like a fighter pilot. That's the way I look. I look like Maverick when I go to bed. I've been putting a mask on here.
I can just imagine him looking in
Does
the
it
mirror.
get in the way of the zip
What's it?
around your mouth?
No, I don't have a zip around my mouth.
sorry.
It goes over my mouth. It's not a leather mask, mate. It didn't come
Where
with
does the billiard ball go?
No, there's no billiard ball. The idea is that it sends oxygen up your nose, right?
It
Gotcha.
forces the air up
Yes.
there. So it's like someone doing that
Yeah.
on your nose.
Yeah, if I did that to your nose, it's like that.
And your tongue contracts? Is that what it does?
No, the
So
mouth
you-
remains closed.
Oh, damn.
So you're not actually breathing through your mouth. Anyway,
Do you strap the mouth closed?
well, no, it's just there's enough oxygen filling into that mask. The mouth doesn't have the need to open.
So it's nil by mouth.
Neil by mouth, not Neil. I don't know him. So, you're not really helping this story. Tom's lost it.
Well, because no one's interested.
Get out, Neil. I'm trying to have a kip.
Kate just got it. Welcome.
I got it! But just because I don't laugh doesn't mean
Why are
I
you
don't
laughing now?
get something. Because that was the funny bit.
So anyway, they said to me, and here's the issue I've got. I said, what other masks have you got? And she said, I don't really have any other mask. I said, because this one doesn't work. It's so
Bill
uncomfortable.
Clinton, Kim Jong-un.
I am your father.
I said, I can't sleep like this. She said, there's only one other thing we can do. She said, I think one way of stopping your snoring is if you were to lower your BMI, your body mass index. How do you do that? You lose weight. So on the BMI calculator, which I've got an issue with, and if you're a personal trainer listening, I hope you don't use the BMI. One, it's a dated reference, but it doesn't take body type into account. So here, let's call me 100 kilos, right? Yeah. And I've got a BMI there of 35. She said if we could get the BMI to 25, that would be awesome. I reckon that would stop you snoring.
You could do that.
And
How do they work that out just quickly? What would 35 be? What would 35 mean?
Yeah.
35 of your 100 kilos is fat.
Well, see, really...
No, it's not a percentage.
No, for his height, he shouldn't be weighing that much.
Well, that's because you don't take into account body type. So they told me...
So all the professionals are getting it wrong?
So, Kate Ritchie.
Yeah.
I've weighed about 97 kilos since the age of around 14.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, big
No,
kid.
you've gone up and down. What's the
I
lowest
fluctuate.
you've weighed?
I don't know, 90 over the years?
So you could get to 90.
I could get to 90.
Yeah.
For me to achieve a BMI of 25, which they suggested,
Yep.
I would need to weigh 80 kilos. You can stick your BMI... Now, that doesn't help.
This is really triggering this conversation.
Whoa.
Because the thing is, my body type is an endomorph.
Oh, don't see it. We're out.
Fitzy, you're an ectomorph.
What am I?
You're a mesomorph.
What does that mean?
You're the middle one. You're the mesomorph, right? Fitzy's a spaghetti on steroids. He's the ectomorph, and I'm the rounder, plump, pear-shaped beauty called an endomorph.
Yeah, but see, you're shorter. You should be weighing less.
But it's a different shape. It's a different structure.
I think you're perfect.
Get that grab and play it 100 times.
We would have got out way before
Kate Ritchie,
that.
what did you say?
I think you're perfect, Whipper.
Spoken.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We've managed to track down this man. You may have seen him in the paper this morning, page 3, hanging out with a kangaroo. Kate Ritchie, have a listen to this from his last
Playing
fight.
the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
Just the best. What a voice. What a celebration. That was from his last victory. I think we've tracked him down.
Hello, how are we?
How are you, buddy? Thanks for finding the time. It's good to have you back on the show.
It's always good to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
Mate, always. We're excited that you're in town, and we've been trying to track you down as well. One, to celebrate the fact that the UFC will be here in September. And, you know, you look at the write-up in the paper today and the way it talks about the fastest-growing sport and the most exciting sport to be around. This must feel great, mate, to know that the recognition is finally here.
Oh, mate, yeah, exactly. Well, that's exactly what it is. You know, obviously the sport is growing, and to have 3 events here in Sydney the next few years, and obviously for myself as well, things are just going so well. So very happy to see where the sport is, and I guess myself as well.
For people like me who have very little knowledge about the UFC, what can I expect to see come September? Why should I be attending even? We should go as a team.
We should go as a team.
Yeah, you should get there, and man, it's quite a production as well. It's a great event. Always good. They run a very good production there at the UFC events, but. Mate, it's pretty entertaining. One good thing about mixed martial arts, maybe boxing and that as well, like you're really allowed to be yourself. So everyone can be, their own personalities really shine. So some people can be quite out there, quite crazy, but I mean, it's sometimes very entertaining. But I think it's going to be an incredible card, and the atmosphere is always incredible. So it's one you don't want to miss.
Mate, I love this. You know what makes me laugh too? Is one, we've got, the kids are at home and they've got the Alexander the Great book, right? So we read that at night time. Then I come in and
book,
the way it jumps from a photo of you with a kangaroo at Taronga Zoo yesterday to you with a sweaty Mark Zuckerberg, I just think this bloke's got so many lives running. Can Mark Zuckerberg actually fight?
Mate, he has been training for a while now, for a couple of years. So even from last year, I did a bit of training with him last year. I think it was in November or something. And where he's come from then is pretty incredible. So he's been, constantly training every morning, I think 2 hours a day.
Wow.
He's pretty private. Not many people get to see him, and then everyone's seen him without a shirt, and they're like, wow, like how ripped is he? And I've been trying to tell people how fit and active he is. He's quite the athlete to be quite honest. He's very fit, does 3 hours and a lot of hard training. And so if this Zuck and Elon thing happens, which I think it could, I'm Zuck all the way.
So you think it could actually happen? This fight could actually take place?
Yeah, I think it's look, whether it actually happens, it's not all talk. I know that they're at least having them conversations and trying to make it happen.
You got a date on it, don't you, Volk?
Yeah,
you actually know
do.
when it's on.
I think you're holding things close to your chest.
Next year?
Maybe.
Next year, Volk?
Yeah, well, I might be. I don't know. I'm trying to get on that card too. But anyway, I won't give too much away.
It's next year in Vegas, isn't it?
It
have
is.
to be.
How did you two meeting up actually come about? Like, how does Alexander the Great cross paths with Mark Zuckerberg?
Mate, he's just a fan of the sport. Like, he just hit me up on Instagram one time and just go, like, I think it was after my Max Holloway, the third Max Holloway fight, and he just said, like, it was incredible. Then he goes, I would love to have you around sometime. So we made the trip to stop by and did a bit of wakeboarding with him and caught up, had some dinner, had a wine, played some poker. It was pretty incredible. So
Hang on a minute.
It sounds like you can do everything.
What a day. You go wakeboarding, have a bit of dinner, couple of reds, and then play poker with Mark Zuckerberg. Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Do you know what fascinates me? Last time you were in the studio, we were talking about, I said, mate, it's for one, I admire the fitness of what you guys have, but it's the bravery to step in knowing the other man's trying to knock your head off your shoulders. I said, I don't think I could do that. And then you said, well, it's not the opposition or the opponent that scares Volk.
Yeah.
It's the training, because he knows that the harder work is done in the training, and his team will take him till he's dead on the floor. That's what's required, isn't it, behind the scenes?
Well, man, that's exactly it. Preparation is everything. That's why we've obviously I went into this. I just had surgery on my elbow, but getting through camp, that's what's hard. We have sessions called, they're fight simulators. Fight gone bad, they call it. So it's as hard as a fight could get. I've got some of the best in their elements, where it's grappling, striking, all versus me. Like, they'll have like 5-on-1 and the best in their division, the best in their fields, and a lot heavier than me. So you can imagine when I've got these little featherweights in front of me after I've done sessions like that, I'm like, there's no way I could be scared of that when I'm prepared like I have.
Fight gone bad. How's that for a training session? When you check your diary and you go, oh, look, at Monday, there's 5 of them and they're coming at me.
I know, and you have little daughters, and I think a bubba on the way. I mean, do you have to put them completely out of your mind when you step into the ring, or are you doing it for them?
Not really. That's exactly what I'm doing. There's footage of me. You'll usually see footage just before I walk out. I'm warmed up and I'm ready to make the walk. I go around in circles and I literally say, I'm like, there's no way they're taking that belt from my family. There's no way they're taking, I've got daughters at home. There's no way they're taking this from me and my family, because that's all that matters to me. You know what I mean? I want to not only look after my family, I want to look after them forever, and I need to have a legacy to do that.
I love that.
Refuse to lose. I'm writing that down.
Write that down. No one's taking the belt from this man. Alex Volkanovski, you are a superstar. You're a world champion. We know you're busy, mate. We appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate the support.
See you, great man.
You're listening to the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast. Win Kate Ritchie's car.
You got a fast car.
It's Nova's Impreza for Kate Ritchie's Impreza.
Biggest celebrity that's been in the Impreza. Who's the biggest name you've had in
not
there?
you.
Oh, don't point at yourself, Kate.
That does impress me much.
Dark blue, 2019 Subaru Impreza sedan. 44,000 clicks on this beast, and she's running automatic.
I think it's just clicked over to 45.
45's fine.
Well, because I've been driving it since we launched this. And let's be very clear, this is my real-life car.
Yeah. Someone in the office didn't believe that yesterday. I said, no, she's keeping the seat warm. She drives this thing.
I drove it in this morning.
50-inch TV we've thrown in the back. 50-cent tickets.
Wait for it.
$5,000 cash.
Why didn't Nova put $5,000 cash in the car when it's my car?
Doesn't happen like that. They don't just go down to the car park and pick one. This is special for whoever wins this car. I'm going to add to it this morning. Have a listen to this. We're chucking in a trip for 2 to Hamilton Island. with a day trip to Whitehaven Beach valued at $2,500. I don't know what's more exciting, what's in the boot or the car itself.
Oh, well, I mean, both, but a trip to Hamilton. I'm so excited that has been thrown in because someone asked me, what's one of your favourite destinations, Kate?
Yep.
We want to put a trip in the car to represent that.
Sure.
And I said Hamilton with a day trip to Whitehaven.
Did you really?
I didn't think it would come to fruition.
Quite interesting. There's nothing in it for you. Constance and Caringbah, hello.
Memories.
Hi, good morning. How are you all?
Good. Your chance to
Great.
impress Kate Ritchie. Go for it.
Okay, need to set the scene a little bit, Kate. So imagine I'm not some giant of a tall woman. I'm only 5'1".
Oh.
And what I'm impressing you with is, if you can imagine that 8 roof tiles, glazed, stacked, comes to around my hip height.
Yeah.
I broke those with my foot.
And how on earth did you do that and why?
So, yes, a little bit of background, have a martial arts background. So I do have a black belt in karate.
Yep.
And I actually use one of our main kicks to almost stomp through those.
So it was like a fly kick or some sort of heavy stomper?
Side kick.
Oh, side kick. Classic side through tile kick.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
does that
I mean, it's
impress
pretty
you?
impressive. I need to hear the lineup, though.
Okay, hold tight, Constance. Kim and Ingleburn, impress Kate.
Good morning, Kate. How are you?
Oh, I'm very well. What have you got for me this morning, Kim?
Well, my daughter and I have been racking our brains. My daughter is involved in creative arts at your old high school, Helston. We would like to try to put together like a creative award certificate or trophy in tribute to you, to your under the Kate Ritchie Award. And they have like an annual presentation each year for creative arts performing.
Yep.
So obviously we need your permission and stuff like that. But I thought it'd be something because you're from our local area.
Oh,
and,
that's lovely. Helston at Glenfield. She's a student, is she?
Yes, and she's just right into creative arts and very involved in the school. So we thought, that would be really good to have something like that.
That's a lovely idea, like the Graham Kennedy Award.
Yeah,
at the
that's what I
Logies.
see. But I also think, Kim, I mean, there would be the actual award, which I picture as being like that MTV. I think MTV used like an astronaut holding a flag or something.
But it could be sort of like a shape of Kate.
Kate, in bikinis down at Summer Bay or something.
Maybe not that, Kim. We'd have to workshop it, I think. Maybe me in the kitchen with my favourite apron making soup.
Sexy. Kim, thank you. Not a bad idea. Deborah's in Gomea. You need to impress Deborah. You need to impress Kate. Deborah, go for it.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Hello, Deborah.
Hi. So I was a really big Home and Away fan when I was a kid. And obviously one of Kate's biggest fans as well. And my mum travelled to Australia back in 1994. And the only thing that I wanted back was like a photograph from the set or something like that. So she got to go to the set anyway. And Kate, you actually signed your script from 1994 and you said to Debbie, love Kate Ritchie.
Oh,
and
I think I have
have
a picture of it here.
Yeah, give us a look at the script. What scene is it, Kate? Do you remember the scene? You didn't do many.
Yes, I did. Sally and Elsa, here are the scones. Thank you very much. Tell Pippa they look delicious. Oh, my goodness. Elsa, Curtis, Selena and Sally with NS Diners.
And cut.
That's the real deal.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, it really is. And I think... I definitely should win because here I am 29 years later still holding on to it. It's very important to me.
That is amazing.
I was trying to justify having it and now I have a reason to hold on to it.
Is that a photo of... Who's the photo of there?
That's just my mum's friend with Kate. So that was when...
That's when
Deborah, no, you take it. You stay out of it.
Were you a
Deborah? Deborah, the photo of the script you have sent in, tick. The photo you have sent in.
Wow.
Oh, why are you laughing so loudly?
I had to see what photos I had.
Deborah,
the photo of your mum.
Hang on, we don't get to see
No,
enough.
that's not my mum. That's my mum's
That's the friend. Kate Ritchie in a red roll neck with a check flannel like she's...
You know what?
She's getting it out of the local truck spot.
Sports girl, that jacket.
Is it?
I was so proud of it. And that's the fringe, the mullet I had cut when I went to the hairdressers in Lumia and asked for fringe and I cried for 3 weeks.
Cried for longer than that. Tommy.
Oh, you look great. It was 1994, so it's not
my
too
gosh.
bad.
Yeah, 15 I was.
Tommy, get that up on our Instagram page.
No.
You need to have a look at
that
Kate
is-
Ritchie
that's
from 94.
stunning.
Oh, it is.
That is
Wow.
stunning.
And an original script from Home and Away in 1962.
Well, can you help me out? 62? Because,
Do you know
the
what?
tiles are pretty
They're
impressive.
all pretty good, aren't they? The trophy in your name, Home and Away script with photo, and your fringe for everybody's humour.
Viewing pleasure.
And Constance with the fly kick.
Are we going to
Could
do
we?
another 3 today? Are we going to
Could
run
we?
out of chances?
No, we could.
That does impress me. You're all through, ladies. Constance, Kim, and Deborah.
How good is that? Well done. I need to see the fly
Great
kick in
lineup.
action, though.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie.
Hey, that's a secret. Podcast password.
If you want to get your hands on stacks of great prizes, just head over to our Instagram stories at Fitzy Whipper Kate and enter this password. Today's password is...
Logies. The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want to talk about table manners because I'm really big on table manners.
How's May going with it?
She's okay. Last night at the dinner table was not a great night for her. She can do it, and I have to give her a medal and a big round of a standing
sure.
ovation if she uses her knife and fork.
Okay.
Correctly. Last night we had snags on the barbie and a salad.
Great. So
and I
did
just
we.
cut up the sausage and she did eat it with her fingers. But I think, you know what, sometimes we were deep in great conversation.
Let it go.
I thought, just let the manners go. But as far as other people's table manners go, if I see them doing anything, it is the biggest turn off. Like, I think, how can you be such an educated, funny, charming man, but you're chewing with your mouth open,
Do you know the
or
worst?
you're holding your the worst is holding the knife and fork like
you're going to stab something.
No, not
like that. When
like that,
people
no,
hold
like
a
this.
knife.
Like that.
Oh yeah, like
pencils?
sitting in your fingers like pencils, instead of having your finger supporting on the back of your instrument.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not here to judge. Like I'm not a judgmental person.
Oh, I
would
judge.
never judge.
But I want people to get involved in this 13, 24, 10 because as much as I'm big on table manners, I'm big on everyone else's table manners, and then I'm allowed to dip in and out of appalling manners.
Okay, sure.
I do a bit of elbows on the table.
Got your own set of rules.
And I do at home, when we're sitting at the dining table for dinner, I will often sit at the table with my legs crossed on the
Do you
chair.
really?
Because I'm a floor sitter.
Yeah, you are.
I like to sit on the floor. I prefer to eat on the floor. So I don't often sit at the table like I should.
Similar to last night, did this happen at your place? Did anybody go and sit on your knee and pass wind? Did that happen? That was sort of the funny that went down at the table at my place yesterday. Thanks, Jack. Thanks for dropping by, mate.
Oh, is that
Can I sit on your knee and eat dinner? Okay. Go back to your seat. Go back to your seat now.
And it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen, but the dining table is the worst of all places to let it
No, you don't do that.
go. Okay. 2 nights ago, with big meat eating week in our house, I splashed out and bought lamb cutlets.
Oh, yeah, great.
For dinner. Now, one of my worst habits is, is this okay? The other people who live in my house, they do not eat lamb cutlets appropriately.
Okay, sure.
They're allowed to pick them up. That's fine.
I'm fine with that.
And May has been eating lamb cutlets, like little lamb lollipops, since she was a baby. When she couldn't even eat the meat, she just sucked the juice out of it.
They were good, weren't they, for kids?
Oh.
And they've got like a handle on them, so they're a practical thing to pick up and bite.
They're like a chomper chomper.
And it's almost chomper chomp. It's almost designed for your mouth because the meat kind of comes in like a spoon, like a side spoon.
When
of
you
meat.
have a large mouth like you.
Yeah, when you're biting it. Yeah, huge mouth, massive tongue.
But the other people in my house don't appropriately eat all of the meat from the bone. So we have a bowl. This is where it's gross, and I can't believe I'm even saying it. We have a bowl on the table to put the bones on, so they don't have to sit on the edge of your plate, and they don't go back into the tray of
Very
meat
fancy.
or whatever.
Congratulations.
It's just making more washing up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you haven't eaten all the meat off the lamb cutlet bone, I will take the bone from the bowl of bones. And I will eat everybody else's meat from the lamb cutlet bone.
Old Scraps Richie, they call her. She will nibble.
I mean, I know the people living with me. I wouldn't do it at dinner with you.
No, snouts in the trough, yeah.
No, but I'd think about it. Like if we went to dinner
Yep.
and we were somewhere fancy and we had Paris mash and maybe even crumbed lamb cutlets with peas and gravy or something like that. Amazing.
Right.
If you put it on to the side of your plate and you hadn't eaten all of the fat and the bit out of the bone that runs down, I would think about...
So we would be sitting there, you'd go quiet, and then all I'd hear is...
No, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't, but I would absolutely think about it. I would think about how wasteful it was because lamb cutlets are not cheap.
No, they're not. Over $70 a kilo. So then,
in some places,
when you've sucked every last bit of meat off the bone, has everybody left the table by then? Are they over on the couch?
No,
watching TV, or do you make them sit there while you clean up?
They don't know. They don't. They don't mention it, but I know they're thinking. They're sitting there thinking, "You are an absolute hypocrite."
What's the difference between that and licking a plate? Not a lot. You're the type of person at a pub, if a meal from the table next door's going back to the kitchen because they've finished, you'd take the chips off the plate.
No, I wouldn't. And I would certainly not lick a plate.
I think you would lick a plate. If it was mashed potato with a bit of Tommy sauce on it, Richie's back. Here she is.
Don't sound like that.
Here she is.
And do not put tomato sauce on anything.
Kylie, hello. Do you agree with Kate?
Oh, I love you guys, but I suppose Kate has to do what she preached. If she doesn't like certain table manners, then that means she can't do it too.
Kylie, would you choose the meat off someone else's bone?
No, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do it? Kylie doesn't approve. I'm sorry, Kate. Omar, hello.
How you going?
You think Kate's right?
Yes.
Do you?
No.
Oh, yes and no. Why?
Okay.
In which areas?
Okay. So the one thing I strongly agree with you is chewing with your mouth open and that tongue slapping going crazy.
Yeah.
That is like putting a drill bit to my ear.
Yeah, I agree. Or people who pick food up off the plate and then put their fingers in the mouth at the same time.
Yep.
I physically have to pick my food up and remove myself from the table.
Okay, what about the eating the leftover meat, the very expensive lamb off the bone of someone else's bone?
Nah, I couldn't do that. Nah, no way.
But I think when you're a mother, I mean,
you've done it all.
I think this. I've changed my child's nappy. I've even sucked the
careful.
I've even sucked the mucus out of her nose when she's had a cold in the shower.
What do you mean with?
No, with my mouth when they're little. Yeah, everyone does that. No?
As soon as you said it, as soon as you're outside the studio, I just heard a raft of people going, no one does that.
Yes, they do.
I was in a
13, 24, 10.
I was in a bank one time. Sorry, Tommy, I know we're going on.
No, I think we've peaked. Haven't we peaked? Everyone out there is saying yuck.
Okay, I won't
Everyone is saying yuck.
I just saw a woman do a similar thing to a child. And it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
But kids don't know how to blow their nose.
And here you are, chewing the scraps off the bone and sucking snot from your daughter's nose.
You can end this, Leno. You can end this.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.